Good evening, gentlemen. Welcome to Hangar 18 Swansea. Twister.
Thank you for having us again.
It's nice to be back.
Hey, thanks for taking the time to talk to us here at MPM, Metal Planet Music. It's been a bit of a transition since we last caught you at Ambley Yuletide in December.
Yeah, that's 6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. So
Yeah, I mean, there's been a bit of a change. The band's got hairier, shall we say?
it definitely has.
Yeah.
Take
My brother's now a part of the lineup.
Please introduce us to the new members.
Yeah, so I'll just let you do that. You do that.
Well, so I'm Matt.
Tom. And guitarist, drummer.
No.
No, Jack's the drummer is like that. Basic, beg your pardon. See, I'm human. No,
It'd be nice to have two drummers though.
No, there's a thing.
Fucking wouldn't be nice to
Let's
have
do
two
it. Let's
drummers.
do it.
But
We just have
you know,
you.
you ended the year on a high,
Was
and
it?
then you had that transition, the change over the lineup. How's it been since the new year? Well, a bit of a whirlwind.
I mean, to be honest, it's something that me and Jack didn't really see coming. Didn't think that we'd be going through this kind of period really. But I think the telltale signs of anything like this is how you deal with it once it's happened. And I mean, the good thing is that there's been no fallouts. We're still great,
Which is good,
great friends with the lads. Yeah, I mean, Ryan came to our first show last Friday. We even got him to play a song as well. So
Oh, bless him.
yeah, it
And
was really fun.
you think the contribution Jake and Ryan have made
Absolutely.
to get Twister, the whole thing
Yeah,
to this
totally.
point,
Well, we've always said that we're a team, and a team is more than the sum of its parts. Like the band's bigger than every single one of us. So it's a shame that they've wanted to do that. However, once we met these two, it was really weird how this all happened. It happened like within such a short space of time, and even we the tour was always going to go ahead. Jake and Ryan were both down to do these shows
with the choir boys.
Yeah. If we weren't up to speed or we weren't ready, and literally after the first rehearsal we had 6 tunes, so we're like, well, we're not far away. And then fast forward 16 days, we're on stage for the first time, and
Which was the Tap and Tumbler Nottingham.
Tap and Tumbler in Nottingham, yeah. And everything was as it was when we stopped gigging in December.
Which kind of suggests a seamless transition, or as best as it could have been.
Absolutely, yeah.
You
More than.
You don't want to lose band members, but you've got to respect their decision.
Totally.
Then you bring in 2 new members who are completely fresh, and you get, listening to sound check tonight, it's just your second show, and it's sounding tight.
Yeah, I think that's one thing we've always prided ourselves on, especially me and Jack. So that's been our main focus. It's about how we are as a unit. So when Matty and Tom came into the fold, it was a case of us just going, this is what we want to portray. This is our goals.
I'd say it's nice and refreshing for myself. I imagine the same for Matty as well, because it's nice to get into a band where you're tight.
Yeah.
You're kind of on the same part as what you want to be in. So.
And credit to the two lads as well. They've literally, I think, 16 days
16
in between
days.
the first practice as a 4-piece and then the first gig. And those 16 days they managed to get the full set down. And it literally felt like we just, it felt like we were like, oh.
Yeah,
But it
no
was-
pressure, guys.
No pressure at all. But we
No.
walked into the first gig and as Stevie says, it didn't feel like it was a different lineup. I think the biggest compliment we can pay the two lads is it felt like we'd been gigging with them for years. It felt like we just walked into that gig like we would any other.
Yeah, we didn't have to second guess anything, and for me, I like to. You'd be surprised at this. I don't really concentrate on what I'm doing. I concentrate on the crowd in front of me and the people that are there. So I'm never really watching what's going on either beside me or behind me, and that felt like just second nature. It felt totally natural. So yeah, not shit.
Yeah. and that's what it's about. Twister's got a strong identity. The fan base are loyal. Let's just hope that carries through. Yeah.
They've been absolutely amazing. Like we've had. So we did like kind of like a secret, because we always say that a gig's better than 20 rehearsals. It just is.
Yeah.
Take the gig
Match
somewhere.
fitness.
Of course it is. Yeah. Take the gig up, set it up, play it in front of some people. So we invited some friends of the band, and like bit of an open invitation was. It was like whoever fancies come along, and we went and set the gear up in Tom's Local on the Wednesday before the first show, and prayed the songs out, and there was like 60 people turned up.
Wow.
And it was like, it was great. It was really cool.
Yeah, on a cold Wednesday in was that Durham or somewhere up north east. Yeah.
So just doing that's like, that's what it's about, and everyone came to travel from all over the country just to come and see that first moment, and like I think that's when the pressure comes off me and you, because it's like, well, we don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah.
Like,
there's that affirmation of there is a belief.
Yeah.
And some sort of allegiance, perhaps.
Yeah, totally. I mean, the band's always had like a really good following, and hopefully we continue to build that. And it's in one hand it's a shame, but that everything's changed. But on the other hand, we've got these two guys in. Everything's fresh. We feel fresh because of it.
Yeah.
So I think it can only be a good thing going forward.
I mean, in the sense of new material, you've brought in favourite underdog, secrets into the set. You're not afraid of bringing in new material. I mean, everything must be new for you guys, obviously.
Yeah.
Is it going to change the direction, or...?
Not really. We've kind of... We've had some sort of not set in stone, but we've got a vague plan of what we wanted to do this year, at the beginning of last year. So a lot of that's still in place. We're going around Europe next week with the choir boys.
Yeah.
We're turning 2.5 weeks around Europe, and that'll be great for us because that'll just be intense gigging. By the time we come back, you won't be able to get a gnat's eyelash between us. We'll be absolutely tight.
Oh, it has.
And then we can come back and then get straight back in the studio. We've already got some ideas that we've been working on, but it's get back in there, proper solidify some stuff, get the pool of creativity going, and get everyone's ideas in there, and then let's look at what the next step is.
Yeah, the last few years or so we've built the foundations, so
Absolutely, yeah.
we're just going to continue on that route, and
it's just a method, isn't it? It's going.
100%.
This is what we put into everything. Let's copy and paste that and put some new ideas in it.
What's inscribed on the tablet, so to speak.
Yeah.
And that's cracking, and you're looking towards, getting more stuff down in the studio. Other summer dates, festivals?
Yeah, we've got loads of festivals on in the pipeline. We're doing a great one of our neck of the woods, Dominion, with Skindred.
Wow.
We're on the main stage with them on the Sunday, I believe, 7th of May. We've got Let's Day Festival, which is one of my favourite festivals near Swindon. That's at the end of May. A few other bits over the summer. We've got a couple of really big things that we're sort of sitting on at the minute for headline stuff and for support tours. But the main thing that we want to be doing is releasing new music, so that's going to be our focus as soon as we finish this tour.
It's certainly something you've never shied away from putting into the set. As soon as you've got the songs and you feel composed enough, they're in the set.
Yeah.
Which not every band does.
So for us, we've gigged songs I haven't had lyrics for.
yeah, they've changed after we've gigged them.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of the best ways to write the music as well. We see what the reaction is from the crowd.
Yeah,
We
totally.
see what works, what we do naturally as we're performing it, and then if it works, we'll keep it. If it doesn't, then we can change it.
That's
But
it.
yeah.
There's so many little things that we would go and play a song with like loads of times in the rehearsal and go, yeah, it's really good, and then we're quite in a lucky position because we've got our own studio, so track it all down, listen to it back, yeah, that's where we wanted to be, that's how we want it to end, get to a gig, it ends, that ending doesn't work at all, does it? No, right, let's do this with it instead, and so it turns back to the drawing board again. But yeah, I've had like full melody lines I haven't had for songs, and we've gigged them, because personally I don't think a song knows what it wants to do or say until you can be a part of it and feel what's going on inside it. So a lot of the time I leave the lyrics until the last thing, and yeah, for the first few gigs just make it up as we go along and hope for the best.
I mean, you are genuinely amongst one of the hardest working bands in the UK on the current scene. You're not afraid of a drive, crikey, you guys come down from the northeast to Swansea and then back up to Blackpool tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
Just a wee weekend jolly.
It's a quick trip for us, isn't it? From around the corner.
Yeah.
It's 6 hours there and 5 hours there and some. Yeah.
You know, just one gig a day, not the standard two.
Yeah, you know, we'll try to cut back a little bit at the minute. Just don't want to
Share that out. Share that out, yeah.
give everybody else a chance to do a gig.
Yeah.
Christ.
You know, you've got that sort of following now. It must be quite a buzz that you look here and think, people have come to see us rather than we've got that crowd that we've got a blank canvas.
Yeah, I think it's become a lot more evident over the last year. Basically, what we wanted to do is pitch ourselves to booking agents. We still run our own diary, and that's got its negatives and positives about it.
Sure,
but hopefully, what we've done over the last year with the headline shows, and we've sold a lot of tickets over the last year, and we've sold 1,500 t-shirts, which is bonkers. I can't believe how many t-shirts we sold. But things like that matter, and you can turn that into like, well, if that's what we're worth there, then hopefully we can get onto this show, and we can get onto this show, and then steal 10 friends here and 10 fans there, and then it's a case of trying to then go out again and do another set of dates and try and sell some more tickets for it. And it's just, we're trying to do it the total organic way, and it's working, because the shows that we did in April sold fairly well. The ones that we did in October sold better, and
it's a progression, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
And you know where the clusters of support are.
Yeah, and what we've got to do is back that up, make sure that every tour has a reason for doing it. We're not just going out we're just going out and play some songs, or we're just going out to do this. We want to try and make every show different. So we're currently touring Only the Strong Survive, because it's the EP that we've just released.
That was just a countdown.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's all about that natural progression, and you seemed always, for me, that constant striving forwards.
Yeah.
Which I think, you know, you're not resting on the laurels and saying, do you know what, Kirsten corrected that flu. We'll keep on that until it's absolutely bombed out.
No, I think we wanted to get the album out when we were sat on that. We wanted to get that out there, and that is our base point. This is where we're going to start from. Everything we do from this point is going to be better, not better. It's going to be what we believe is a step in the right direction from that point.
Yeah.
Occasionally, you take steps in different places, but it's about how you feel at that moment in time.
You know, I remember that week between the two Hard Rock House back in Yarmouth a year and a bit ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Testing the back line.
Yeah.
That's now sat on our stage there. Just that wall of death with the visuals. It's all about keeping the head.
Well, we think it's the way that we sort of look at things is we want people to come. We want people to want to come and see us. We want people to want to come and see what we've got to offer this time. Oh, they're back in town. What's new? What's fresh? What kind of new shows is? And as I say, we're touring Only the Strong Survive. So everything that's based in this show comes from that EP and that release. For the intro and the sort of little transitions that we've got in the set, it's about them little bits of attention to detail.
I mean, it's been early days for yourself, Tom. How's it been? You know, baptism of fire, or?
Yeah, you could say that. Definitely, it's definitely been a bit of a quick transition, hasn't it, to get everything together.
Yeah.
But I can't give enough props to Stevie and Jack as well for how supportive they've been in giving us everything we need to get ready, helping us set things up, telling us how everything works, and spending hours and hours in the studio with us, going over songs, making sure that the parts are right and everything, and really giving us the backstory of the songs as well and what they mean, which really helps
For
to
sure,
then
because
perform them properly
you're not then delivering them hollow, so to speak.
Exactly, I feel like you've got to know where it came from to give it the same spirit when you play it, and they've spent so much time with us doing that. It's been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, the support's been unreal from them, and nice guys to work with. It's been in every aspect. It's been
Just the
brilliant.
medals, these. So.
Well, I'm just being nice to them. But no, it's been absolutely brilliant. I mean, long story short, we were advertising for a new guitarist, so we actually auditioned for the guitar part. So and then Ryan, we're leaving. I've transferred onto bass, and it's a 5-string bass as well. So it's like
Nice.
it's throwing us off at first, but I've absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
It's
I think we did only audition 2 people. I hate auditions.
Yeah.
Like, we auditioned, how many people? 7 people for you. And then something like that. It was awful. It was awful. At least you came in and knew the song. That was a big, thanks for learning the song. But these 2 both came in and were both excellent. And
First 2 we were just like, right, well, there's no point in us doing any more.
Yeah. I mean, it goes back to the days of Motown when Lemmy trialled 2 guitarists looking for one, and he went, actually they're playing so well together. Yeah, and the rest is history, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
So, gentlemen, thank you ever so much for taking the time to chat to us. It looked great in sound check, honestly.
Good.
And really buzzing. See the latest Twister hit Swansea once again.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Smash it up.